Before diving in, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button to support more great content. Have you ever wondered what happens when a film shoots wildly over budget? Sometimes the extra cash leads to cinematic magic. Other times it turns into a legendary cautionary tale. Um, it, it Take Cleopatra, for example. And After relocating production from the UK to Rome, massive sets were rebuilt, costumes redone, and delays piled up, pushing costs sky high. A studio poured money into spectacle and publicity, which paid off in global ticket sales, but budgets remained tight for years afterward. Apocalypse Now faced chaos when a typhoon destroyed sets. Um, Rebuilding jungle environments expensive over time, and on-site rewrites kept costs climbing. In the end, the film became a landmark release, and later editions helped recoup the expenses. Heaven's Gate ballooned from a modest plan into an extravagant epic with repeated takes, huge period sets, and intricate scenes. Its poor box office performance triggered tighter control over studio spending for a long time, and fantasy fans might appreciate the ambitious adventures of Baron Munchausen, which required elaborate miniatures and shifted financing partners. Despite critical admiration, it struggled financially due to its high marketing and production costs. The Abyss was a challenge underwater with giant water tanks, technical delays, and new visual effects methods that stretched the budget that eventually gained popularity on home video. Weather wreaked exactly havoc on Waterworld, standing it to require expensive rebuilds at sea. It flopped domestically, but it found its audience overseas and on home platforms. The Troubled Island of Dr. Moreau is a classic example. Confusing creative shifts, cast problems, and complex makeup effects meant costs spiraled, and the film never broke even theaters. And it was very similar to see that Titanic pushed like boundaries with massive ship sets, water tanks, and complex stunts. Post-production was cutting edge. The gamble paid off spectacularly, turning into a global phenomenon that recouped its huge budget many times. Remote locations and weather delays added to the burdens of the postman. But even marketing couldn't save it from financial loss, reminding studios to plan carefully for logistics. And the 13th Warrior had to rework pacing and tone with expensive reshoots and editing. Despite heavy spending and delayed release dates, it underperformed at the box office and remains notorious to this day. King Kong relied on digital creatures and effects, long editing, and international shoots that inflated budget, but enjoyed strong returns globally, including home video. The Wolfman switched creative gears late in production, necessitating costly reshoots and shifting toward digital effects, which pushed expenses higher. It earned revenue, but struggled to cover its inflated budget. John Carter required extensive visual effects for alien worlds and a big ad push, but it sounded both. Despite a wide release, it would not make back its enormous production and marketing costs. The Lone Ranger faced weather and location setbacks, expensive stunts, and heavy post-production effects, it grossed less than its soaring budget, reminding filmmakers of the financial risks of ambitious shoots. World War Z needed last-minute rewrites and major reshoots, delaying release and increasing costs, yet solid global ticket sales and home platforms helped ease the financial pain. And the high-octane Mad Max Fury Road pushed through location shifts, weather troubles, and demanding stunts. And its careful editing and effects, combined with awards buzz, made it a success despite cost overruns. As Justice League experienced director changes and reshoots. Adding expensive visual effects and requiring complex coordination. Box office gains were strong, but the final budget was one of the largest for a superhero film. Solo, a Star Wars Story, dealt with leadership swaps, mid-production, extensive reshoots, and extended editing schedules. It opened widely, but didn't fully recoup the inflated costs amid strong market competition. For No Time to Die, multiple delays, complex action sequences, and adjusted marketing pushed the budget beyond expectations. Still, strong global interest helped manage the expanded financial demands. Last Action Hero rushed post-production and made costly last-minute revisions. Despite a broad promotional effort, it struggled commercially against the weight of its growing budget. And here's a little gem. Why did the movie director bring a ladder to the shoot? Because the budget was through the roof. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, have a great day.